CPWD, Sri Kandaswamiji, Director General Road Development, and Special Secretary, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, and President of the IRC. Of course, Sri Kamalesh Kumarji, Sri Vishnu Shankar Prasadji, Secretary General IRC, Sri A.C. Bardoloy, the Commissioner and Special Secretary to Government of Assam Public Works, Building and National Highway Department, Sri Ashok Basa, President Institution of Engineers, Sri P.N. Jain, past President, Indian Roads Congress, Sri Sandeep B. Vasavaji, Vice President IRC, Sri K.K.Y. Mohendrakarji, Vice President IRC, Sri K. Samuel Ebenezer Jebarajanji, Vice President IRC, Sri Swatantra Kumar Ji, Vice President IRC, other dignitaries on the dais, distinguished delegates, invitees, guests and friends from the media. It gives me immense pleasure to be here today amongst the dignitaries of road sector on the occasion of inaugural function of the 74th annual session of Indian Roads Congress in Guwahati. The city is said to be the legendary Pragjotishpur, city of eastern light, is straddling on the banks of Brahmaputra and is the most thriving metropolis of northeast India. The city is proud to have its rich ancient connections as scripted in Kalika Purana and other ancient literatures, and presently it is termed as gateway of northeast India and is emerging as a great hub of commercial activities, academic institutions and cultural center. I sincerely thank the government of Assam for hosting this important event and providing opportunity to highway sector fraternity who have gathered here from all over the country and abroad to deliberate upon various technical issues pertaining to road sector. It is my proud privilege to be here in the inaugural function of the IRC Council for the third time in a row, which I am told is unprecedented so far. I take this opportunity to share my views on the UPA government's initiatives regarding infrastructure development across the country. On this occasion, I would like to share my heartfelt perception also on the untiring efforts and remarkable contribution of IRC in highway development in the country. Indian Roads Congress is a pivotal organization which provides a common platform for pooling of wisdom of highway engineers and practitioners from all over the country, which is being used in the development of standards, specifications, code of practices, guidelines, research-based state-of-art reports, etc. on the various aspects of roads and bridges. IRC is working tirelessly to incorporate the latest and best industry practices in these codes and has achieved many milestones in this endeavor. Notably, IRC has done a commendable job in ensuring common benchmark by publishing standards in road construction for ensuring uniformity all over the country. The latest feather in its cap is the Manual of Specifications and Standards for Expressways, which has been prepared in the record time of 9 months. The IRC has also kept its knowledge base broad and updated to international standards. These standards are of great help in planning, designing, implementation of road construction and maintenance programs, both on national highways as well as for other categories of roads. It is on the strength of the IRC documents that country could dream of massive initiatives of the government, namely National Highways Development Program and PMGSY schemes for rural roads. I feel proud to share that during the UPA regime, the infrastructure sector has received a huge facelift with improvement in road and railway networks, power generation and tele-density, among others. The UPA government has expedited and cleared 293 large projects involving investment of 5.7 lakh crores in the year 2013 alone. There has been a phenomenal improvement in road sector during the UPA tenure. During this period, the central government has been instrumental in building, upgrading 17,394 kilometers of national highways. More than 2 lakh kilometers of new roads have been added to rural road network under PMGSY scheme. The investment in rural roads has been tenfold rise during the period of UPA governance, which has facilitated small farmers to carry their produce to market, ensuring improved returns. In the last fiscal year alone, huge investment has been made to build and upgrade 21,000 kilometers of all-weather roads. Likewise, railway network too got the big boost in the UPA regime, and the work has also begun on the western and eastern dedicated freight corridors in order to modernize the railway network and take it to the new level. The UPA government's commitment towards the improvement of infrastructure and other developmental policies have yielded good dividends. The average GDP growth during the period of UPA government had been about 7% despite two global showdowns. Per capita income has also grown threefold. I feel proud to inform that growth rate in Northeastern is higher than national average. Northeast growth rate is 9.9% as compared to national average 7.4%. This could have been possible only due to UPA's multi-pronged strategies towards development of Northeast, including improvement of internal security as a whole. Road infrastructure contributes not only to the economic growth of the nation, but also helps in poverty alleviation and generation of employment. It is necessary that all of us join hands with the highway engineers to provide world-class roads to our citizens, thereby facilitating safe and efficient access to education, health and well-being within the context of inclusive and sustainable development. As mentioned earlier, the UPA government, under the overall guidance of Madam Sonia Gandhi ji, has given a special thrust to all areas of infrastructures in the country. It is no more a secret that the highway sector in the country is witnessing a significant increase in activities in recent years. The government has made substantial efforts to tackle the constraints being faced by the road sector and through continuous reforms measures. The government has set up Cabinet Committee on Investment and Project Monitoring Group in order to fast-track stalled projects. Apart from government-financed construction activities, there is now a policy to encourage private sector financing in roads through public-private partnership mode. In addition, the World Bank, ADB, and other multilateral agencies are also financing the Indian road sector. But with the growing road construction industry, environmental burdens are not far behind because of the use of resources, the emission of pollutants, and global warming, which affect society at large. I am happy to note that the IRC has recently brought out new guidelines to conserve national resources and on green technology, including use of plastic waste in road construction. Today, in the context of large investments in the road transport sector, the Indian Roads Congress has assumed a much greater significance than ever before. The Indian Roads Congress, therefore, has an uphill task to come up to the expectations in involving more standards of innovative environment-friendly materials and processes in planning, design, operation, construction, and maintenance of roads and bridges in the country. It is heartening to note that to this end, the Indian Roads Congress is promoting new materials and techniques for use on our roads. I have been told that these new materials and techniques are being accredited based on the research carried out in our country in other foreign countries. As you all know, that our UPA government is committed to an all-round development of road network in the country. India is soon going to have one of the world's most extensive national highway network through various phases of the National Highway Development Project, SARDPNE, and PMGSY program planned by the government. With the improvement in road conditions, the users are also willing to pay for user fees, toll, which is assuming the financial resources, which is augmenting the financial resources. The issue of setting up a regulatory body is under active consideration of the government, which will boost more investment in the road sector. Maintenance and rehabilitation is one of the important areas for which availability of funds is not adequate as compared to the demand. We are developing roads as national asset at a huge cost. These assets need to be preserved qualitatively through asset management initiatives. We need to work out appropriate maintenance strategies, keeping in view the available budget and the required demand. I am happy to note that during this annual session, a panel discussion has been kept specifically for assets management. I would be eagerly looking for the recommendations emerging out of the same. The problem of overloading of vehicles is another serious issue crippling the highways in the country. The overloaded axle of the trucks and category of heavy vehicles cause severe damages to the roads. I urge upon all the technocrats present in this August gathering to deliberate on this issue and come out with the concrete action plan to overcome this menace. Besides the aforesaid issues, I also think that provisions of proper and adequate wayside amenities, pedestrian facilities, facilities for school children and disabled persons, proper and detailed DPR preparations, road safety features, etc. should also form an integral part of the designing and construction processes of road development works. Another very important issue to which I would like to draw the attention of experts is the road safety. During the year 2011, there were around 5 lakh road accidents resulting in the deaths of over 1.42 lakh people. Each day, nearly 390 people die on our roads. In India, more than half of road accidents victims are in the age group of 20 and 65 years. The key wage earning and child raising age group. The loss of main bread earner and head of household due to death or disability can be catastrophic, leading to lower living standards and poverty, in addition to the human cost of bereavement. This is an unacceptable price to pay for mobility. It is imperative that the government reaches out to the people to spread the message of road safety. Education and awareness will go a long way to bring about a change in the attitude of behavior of our people. There is a need to address the issue of road safety through not only multi-pronged strategy but also through innovative approach. I am told that World Bank have taken special interest and initiatives to associate with IRC in road safety areas, and discussions are underway for associating the experts of World Bank and IRC in formulating new guidelines, code of practices. Also, a program is being worked out in consultation with the World Bank to create a pool of road safety auditors on pan-India basis. This will go a long way in achieving the aim of reducing the road accidents to 50% from the current level by the year 2020. Recently, my ministry also took a landmark initiative to save lives of accident victims by providing prompt and appropriate medical care during golden hour and thereby reduce fatalities in road accidents. A toll-free number 1033 has been started for reporting of accidents. A round-the-clock call center has been set up to receive reports of accidents, deploy nearest ambulances, and alert local police authorities, hospitals, and road safety volunteers. 6 advanced life support and 5 basic life support ambulances fitted with GPS device have been deployed to transport accident victims to the nearest hospitals. 61 local youth nominated by Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan have been enrolled as road safety volunteers to provide first aid to accident victims, assist in their shifting to hospitals, and monitor treatment. The road safety volunteers were trained in the first aid by All India Institute of Medical Sciences. 44 private hospitals have been empaneled to provide treatment at CGHS and AIMS rates. In addition, there are 7 government hospitals located on the stretch. Cashless treatment for first 48 hours within overall ceiling of 30,000 rupees will be provided if the accident victim is admitted in a private empaneled hospital. Ministry has recently launched this cashless scheme as a pilot project on Delhi-Jaipur highways to encourage road safety and for the convenience of the general public. After successful launch of this pilot project, a few more pilot projects on the national highway stretches are being considered by our ministry. Data from the pilot project would be used for formulating a pan-India scheme for cashless treatments of road accident victims. Ministry of Heavy Industry and Public Enterprises has also sanctioned a project for crash investigation of serious accidents through NATRIP and IIT Delhi, for which they have allocated funds from AutoCES Fund. I am happy to learn that under the new initiatives of IRC, 2 pan-India programs are being planned, one for creating pool of road safety auditors and the other being involving young school children under road safety program, which I am told will be reaching to every household in the country. I send my heartfelt compliments to IRC for the same. In the end, I would like to stress that proper implementation of various roads projects is the most important aspect. This requires higher professional ethics and commitment to ensure that roads constructed at such a high cost are long-lasting and do not deteriorate prematurely. These are national assets and they should be managed like other assets so that we get good quality roads, and they need to be maintained efficiently with proper strategy and planning. We should consider proactive approach in maintenance instead of attending to very badly damaged roads by way of crisis management, as is the case so far. I, on this occasion, make an earnest appeal to the entire highway engineers gathered here, including representatives of contractors, consultants, concessionaires, engineers from state PWDs and other departments to take a pledge in not compromising on the quality of construction, besides compelling the road projects without time and cost overrun. Such a commitment will go a long way in providing durable roads, conserving scarce material like aggregates, sand and earth, requiring minimum maintenance. I am sure that the deliberations during this annual session would be quite useful for the highway profession, and they will enrich knowledge regarding road construction and maintenance techniques without compromising quality, durability, serviceability, safety, health and environmental aspects. It will guide the government in deciding the future road infrastructure needs of the country. I am happy to learn that IRC is getting associated with the multilateral agencies like World Bank, ADB, PIARC, Japan Road Association, etc. to achieve these objectives, as well as bring out guidelines, standards and specifications comparable to international standards. With these words, I once again extend my heartiest congratulations to the organizers and wish a grand success for this annual session of IRC. Jai Hind. अब रही बात श्री मोनीलाल गोला साहब ने बोले अभी, पार्लियामेंट्री सेक्रेटरी साहब पीडब्ल्यूडी, सिलचर हाईवे के बारे में 2 वैलीज, भारक वैली एंड ब्रह्मपुत्र वैलीज के बीच में एक डीपीआर बना है नेशनल हाईवे में लेना, इसके बारे में थ्रू योर चीफ मिनिस्टर इट हैज ऑलरेडी रीच्ड आवर मिनिस्ट्री बोल के मालूम हुआ मुझे अभी। तो ये पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट डिक्लेयर करने के वास्ते मैं, आस्कर जी मेरे बॉस है, कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर, हम दोनों मिलके हमारे ऑफिशियल्स को पूरों को इन्वॉल्व करके मैं समझता हूँ ये काम करने में हम कामयाब हो जाएंगे इंशाल्लाह। ये इलेक्शन से पहले, लोकसभा एनश्यूइंग इलेक्शन से पहले इसको डिक्लेयर कराने की हम कोशिश करेंगे। अब रही बात कमलेश कुमार जी, सर्टेन सजेशंस ही हैज ऑलरेडी गिवन एंड ही हैज आल्सो assured me that he will send a note. Definitely we'll receive your papers and we'll try to do whatever is possible of us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much and Jai Hind. Namaskar.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir. It was a privilege listening to what you had to say. Well, we come to another interesting part of today's program, that is the release of the souvenir on the occasion of the 74th annual session of the Indian Roads Congress. And I would like to request our convener, Sri Jyotish Sharma, Executive Engineer, to come onto the dais. And I request our Honorable Minister PWD, GDD and Urban Development and Housing, Government of Assam, Srimati Ajanta Neog, to kindly release the souvenir on this occasion. Be present along with Sri Jyotish Kumar Sharma is Sri B. Das, Chairman of the Souvenir Committee. Here is Sri B. Das along with Sri Jyotish Kumar Sharma. Thank you very much for the release of the souvenir, ma'am. We have another important session, that is the release of new publications, and I would like to request our Honourable Minister of State for Transport and Highways, Government of India, Sri Sarve Satyanarayana, to do the honours of releasing these new publications. I would start mentioning these. The first one is IRC SP 55 2014, Guidelines on Traffic Management in Work Zones. That's the first revision, and he will present the first copy of IRC SP 55 2014 to Srimati Ajanta Nayak, Honourable Minister, PWD, Government of Assam. A big round of applause as our Honourable Minister releases the first publication. The second one is IRC SP 62 2014, Guidelines for Design and Construction of Cement, Concrete and 8 Pavements for Low Volume Roads, and he would give the first copy to Honourable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, Sri Nilamani Sendeka. Honourable Minister will now release IRC SP 1002014, Use of Cold Mix Technology in Construction and Maintenance of Roads Using Bitumen Emulsion, and he would be giving the first copy to Sri V.K. Piprasenia, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Assam. We now go on to the next, IRC 115214, Guidelines for Structural Evaluation and Strengthening of Flexible Road Pavements Using Falling Weight Deflectometer Technique, and he would be handing over this first copy to Sri V.K. Gupta, DG CPWD. Honourable Minister, sir, will now release the next publication, HRB SR number 232014, State of Art Report, Design and Construction of Rockfall Mitigation Systems, and he would now hand over this first copy to Sri Ajit Singh, Honourable Minister of State for Sports and Excise. The next publication is IRC 782014, Standard Specifications and Code of Practice for Road Bridges, Section 7, Foundations and Substructures, Revised Edition, and Honourable Minister, sir, will hand over this first copy to Sri C. Kandaswamy, Director General Road Development and Special Secretary MORTH and President IRC. Honourable Minister, sir, will now release the next publication, IRC 62014, Standard Specifications and Code of Practice for Road Bridges, Section 2, Loads and Stresses, Revised Edition, and he would now present it to Sri A.C. Bordloy, the Commissioner and Special Secretary to Government of Assam, Public Works Building and National Highway Department. We thank our Honourable Minister. We will now move on to the award distribution function. We know that the Honourable Minister is getting a little late, but then we'll quickly do this. The IRC medal awarded to the best paper discussed at the session. This year, this medal is awarded to Dr. A.G. Namjoshi for the paper number 579, Disastrous Failure of a Major Bridge During High Floods, a case study with critical review of some basic design parameters, printed in Journal of IRC Volume 73, Part 2. Dr. A.G. Namjoshi could not come, so I request Sri S.R. Tambe, sir, to kindly come to the dais and receive the award on behalf of Dr. A.G. Namjoshi. And our Honourable Minister, Sri Sarve Satyanarayana, will now present the award, the IRC medal, to Dr. A.G. Namjoshi, but Sri S.R. Tambe is here to receive the medal on his behalf. IRC medal instituted by Maharashtra PWD is awarded to the best paper on construction. This year, this medal is awarded to Sri D.D. Sharma, Dr. V.K. Yadav, Sri Praveen Kumar, Alok Bhaumik and S.K. Chelani for their paper number 583, construction of the most unbalanced continuous cantilever PSC bridge over River Munawar Tawi at Beripatan, Jammu and Kashmir. I request Sri D.D. Sharma, Praveen Gupta, Alok Bhaumik and S.K. Shilani to come to the dais and receive the awards. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen, to receive the medal from the Honourable Minister. Here are Sri D.D. Sharma, Praveen Gupta, Alok Bhaumik and Sri S.K. Chelani, all awardees of this medal. IRC medal instituted by Maharashtra PWD, and our Honourable Minister has presented it. Congratulations. Now we come to the next medal. IRC medal instituted by Bihar PWD is awarded to the best paper on road research. This year this medal is awarded to Sri M. Vishwas, Pradeep Kumar, Ms. Saujanya and Dr. L.R. Kadiali for their paper number 577. Some issues pertaining to sustainability of road transport operations, road construction and maintenance in India over the next 20 years, printed in IRC Journal Volume 73, Part 2. Sri M. Vishwas is here with us on the dais to receive the award. Congratulations. IRC medal instituted by Bihar PWD is awarded to the best paper on road research. This year, this medal is awarded to Sri Rajesh Rohadgi, Arnab Bandyopadhyay and D.P. Gupta for their paper number 581, Capacity and Performance Indicator Framework for Road Agencies in India, printed in Journal of IRC Volume 73, Part 3. May I request Sri Rohadgi and D.P. Gupta to come onto the dais. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. And please put your hands together for these people who have won awards for their papers. It's really nice to sometimes applause for people who have won the award. Thank you very much. And here is our Honourable Minister doing the honours of giving away the medals. We thank our Minister. May I now request Srimati Ajanta Neog, Honourable Minister for PWD Government of Assam, to give away the next set of awards. The commendation certificate is awarded to paper number 580 titled A Critical Review of Concrete Road Construction Practices in India by Sri M.C. Venkatesha and Sri Navraj Bhatta. May I request Sri M.C. Venkatesha to come to the dais and receive the commendation certificate from our Honourable Minister, PWD Government of Assam, Srimati Ajanta Neog. Once again, I request you, ladies and gentlemen, please applause and put your hands together for Sri M.C. Venkatesha. Congratulations. Our next commendation certificate is also awarded to paper titled Reinforced Cement Concrete Pavement for Village Roads in Alluvial Region, a Sustainable Option for Dr. R.K. Srivastav, Dr. S.K. Duggal and Dr. K.K. Shukla, printed in Highway Research Journal, Volume 5, Number 2. May I request Dr. R.K. Srivastav to come to the dais and receive the commendation certificate from our Honourable Minister, PWD Government of Assam, Srimati Ajanta Neog. Congratulations. Commendation certificate is also awarded to paper titled Laboratory Study of Construction and Demolition Waste for Use in Roads Works by Sri U.K. Guru Vittal, Ms. Farhat Azad, J. Ganesh, Binod Kumar and Sudhir Mathur, printed in Highway Research Journal, Volume 5, Number 1. Sri Vinod Kumar and Ms. Farhat Azad, may I request you to kindly come onto the dais. Here they are to receive the commendation certificate from our Honourable Minister, PWD Government of Assam, Srimati Ajanta Neog. Congratulations to both of you. May I now request our Honourable Minister, Sri Sarve Satyanarayan, to give the last commendation certificate. This commendation certificate is also awarded to Sri Kiyoshi Dechiku in recognition of his contribution to Indian Road Congress in preparation of guidelines and manual for expressways and other prestigious documents. May I request him to kindly come onto the dais, and a big round of applause because he has contributed immensely to the Indian Road Congress. And I would request our Honourable Minister Sri Sarve Satyanarayan to give away this certificate, commendation certificate. Congratulations. And thank you very much. Thank you, sir. That brings us to the end of the award distribution ceremony. We will now move on to the next part of our program, that is the distribution of mementos. And I would request our Secretary General IRC, Shri Vishnu Shankar Prasad, to present mementos to all our dignitaries present here. May I request Shri Prasad to do the honors of presenting the first memento to our Honorable Minister, PWD, GDD and Urban Development and Housing, Honorable Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways, Government of India, Shri Sarve Satyanarayana. The next memento to our Honorable Minister PWD, GDD and Urban Development and Housing, Government of Assam, Srimati Ajanta Neog. Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Assam, Sri Nilamani Sendeka. Honorable Minister of State for Sports and Excise, Sri Ajit Singh. Parliamentary Secretary, PWD, Government of Assam, Sri Monilal Gwala. Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Assam, Sri V.K.P. Prasenia. Sri C. Kandaswamy, Director General Road Development and Special Secretary, MORTH, Government of India and President IRC. Sri Ashok Kumar Basa, President Institution of Engineers, India. Sri A.C. Bordeloy, the Commissioner and Special Secretary to Government of Assam, Public Works Building and National Highway Department. Sri P.N. Jain. Immediate Past President. Sri S.B. Vasava, Vice President IRC. Sri A. Samuel Jebarajan, Vice President IRC. Sri V.K. Gupta, Director General Works, CPWD. Sri K.K.Y. Mahendrakar, Vice President IRC. Sri Swatantra Kumar, Vice President IRC. And Sri S.K. Barua, Secretary of the Organizing Committee. May I now request Sri C. Kandaswamy, Director General Road Development and Special Secretary MORTH, Government of India and President IRC, to speak to the August gathering.
Honorable Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways, Shri Sarve Satyanarayana ji, Srimati Ajanta Neog, Honorable Minister PWD, GDD, Urban Development and Housing, Government of Assam, Shri Nilmani Sen Deka, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Assam. Shri Ajit Singh, Honorable Minister of State for Sports and Excise. Shri Monilal Goyalaji, Parliament Secretary, Assam. Shri V.K. Pipersenia, Additional Chief Secretary, Assam. Shri A.C. Bodloy, the Commissioner and Special Secretary to Government of Assam, Public Works, Building and NH Department. Shri V.K. Gupta, Director General, Works, CPWD. Shri P.N. Jain, Past President, Indian Roads Congress. Shri Vishnu Shankar Prasadji, Secretary General, Indian Roads Congress. Shri Ashok Basa, President, Institution of Engineers, India. Shri Sandeep B. Vasava, Vice President, IRC. Shri Kiran Kumar Yellappa Mahindrakar, Vice President, IRC. Shri Samuel Ebenezer Jabarajan, Vice President, IRC. Shri Swandra Kumar, Vice President, IRC. Distinguished council members, other dignitaries on the dais, distinguished delegates and invitees, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. As President of Indian Roads Congress and on my own behalf, I too welcome all of you for this 74th annual session of Indian Roads Congress. As you know, IRC is instrumental in bringing uniformity in planning, design, construction, maintenance and operation of all categories of roads. During its journey spread over 79 years since 1934, the role and responsibilities of IRC have increased manifold, and I am happy to mention that IRC has time and again risen to the occasion for the needs of the highway sector, and with each passing day it is striving to achieve higher levels of excellence. I am pleased to announce that IRC has achieved the unprecedented feat of publishing as many as 17 documents in a single year. 17 documents in a single year, which is unparalleled in the history of IRC. All praises to the various technical committees of IRC and IRC Secretariat for their untiring and continuing efforts. To cater to the increasing needs and demands of road users, Government has launched the biggest road development program in the country, and I am happy to mention that the IRC fraternity is contributing to this nation building efforts of the government by bringing out the code of practices, guidelines and manuals, adapting the cutting edge techniques and technologies and new materials. As you know, roads help in socio-economic upliftment of the rural population besides providing national integration. Roads are vital for hilly regions as these provide the only means of accessibility and communication. Roads have special significance for the northeastern part of our country, this part of the country, as several areas of the region do not have adequate connectivity and railway links cannot reach every nook and corner of the region. Planning, design, construction and maintenance of hill roads in that context require special attention, especially in view of the environmental sensitivity and in preserving the huge natural resources in these hilly regions. The IRC has brought out a comprehensive hill roads manual, which will be quite helpful for the road engineers of the state PWDs and the border roads in addressing the unique needs of hill roads. IRC also has a dedicated committee for the hill roads in order to provide a special focus to revisit the standards and guidelines for development of roads in such hilly areas. As you know, government also has undertaken the SCRDP-NE, Special Accelerated Road Development Program for the Northeastern region, which aims at improving road connectivity in this region. IRC also has formulated long-term plans for the road sector. You would recall the Nagpur plan, Bombay plan, Lucknow plan, and the recent road development plan, Vision 2021. Major thrust areas covered in this vision document are related to mobility, to connect all our villages in a time-bound program. Strategies for capacity augmentation and preservation of assets have been brought out, together with measures to mobilize additional resources and capacity building in the government organization, consultancy sector and contracting industry to meet the challenges facing the highway sector. Steps required for meeting the needs of safety, energy conservation, and protection of environment have also been dealt with in this vision document. As such, IRC, which brings uniformity, is also taking care of the unique needs of hill roads and the long-term plan for the sector also. And also taking innovation and game-changing policy thrust areas. You will recall that during the 73rd annual session of IRC held at Coimbatore in January 2013, IRC Council had adopted a resolution which lays emphasis on inclusive and sustainable growth in this country. I will take this opportunity to read out the resolution, which is being followed as a guiding principle in framing the codes of practices, guidelines, manuals by IRC technical committees. The resolution says, roads should be considered as active infrastructure facility for people, for safety and services, besides a catalyst in development of economy in place of passive approach of exclusivity. The IRC will evolve itself through synchronization and synergization with other sectors of the economy based on interdependent model, wherein the need of the safety of all stakeholders of highway sector is fulfilled through inclusive approach. Accordingly, IRC is to adopt multimodal transport concept while developing guidelines and codal practices. For innovation, the Accreditation Committee of IRC under the chairmanship of Director Central Road Research Institute have accredited a number of innovative materials and which are getting implemented in the field, and I will request the state governments also to try these out and then give their feedback. Ministry on their part, wherever we have a longer reach of 10 kilometers, 1 kilometer, there is about 10% we'll be trying with these new materials to bring in innovative, emerging new materials. After the 200th council meeting, IRC has released 4 important documents: Manual of Specification and Standards for Expressways, which has been prepared in a record time of 9 months. Another important release is the Manual of Specification Standards for 6-laning of highways through public-private partnership, first revision, in which the concept of pedestrian segregation through pedestrian pathway is given essence. The present decade is the decade of action for road safety as declared by United Nations, and the segregation of vulnerable pedestrians will be a major initiative in achieving road safety. We have also come up with a scheme for providing laybys, rest laybys, which will also enhance road safety. These people-focused initiatives are in line with the Coimbatore resolution of IRC. Since the last annual session, IRC have made many strides in spreading its reach. I am happy to mention that the student fraternity is now being associated by IRC, and in this direction, a national event, Transport Infrastructure Congress and Expo 2013, was organized by MNIT Jaipur. It was a very successful one. 25 engineering colleges and universities from various states participated, and I am told that the event was so successful that MNIT Jaipur will be organizing it on an annual basis. IRC is also collaborating with research institutions, and workshop cum seminar was organized in HRS in April 2013. Again, in June, another workshop was on road safety was organized in HRS, along with opening of a regional sale counter of IRC. A similar regional sale counters in Manipur and Mizoram have been opened. The first regional workshop in Bangalore also was held in October 2013. Today, IRC can claim to be a global organization with which some of the reputed road organizations in the world are getting associated. In November 2013, an international seminar with the government of France and PRC was held at New Delhi. The Japan Road Association have shown interest, and an MOU has been signed with them by IRC. I am happy to mention that World Bank also have taken special interest, and initiatives to associate with IRC in road safety areas, as was mentioned by our minister. The discussions are underway for associating the experts of World Bank and IRC in formulating guidelines, codes, or practices. A program is being worked out in consultation with IRC to create a pool of road safety auditors on pan-India basis, which will go a long way in ensuring road safety. Before concluding, I would like to highlight the need for stakeholder participation. I would request the corporates as responsible stakeholders to participate in our efforts in road safety, the efforts of IRC and government in road safety. Through their CSR activities, we have come up with enabling policies by providing rest laybys, crash barriers, etc. In the end, I would like to express my gratitude to the government of Assam for their invitation for hosting this annual session. I also thank the Secretary General, Shri Vishnu Shankar Prasad, and his dedicated team of IRC Secretariat, and the Chairman of the State Steering Committee, Shri A.C. Bodloy, Commissioner and Special Secretary PWD, Building and NH, Government of Assam, and his team of dedicated officers who have made excellent arrangements for the success of the annual session. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Sri Vishnu Shankar Prasad, Secretary General IRC, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, Honorable Minister for State for Road Transport and Highways, Shri Sarve Satyanarayan Ji, Honorable Minister of PWD, GDD, Urban Development and Housing, Madam Ajanta Niyog Ji, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Parliamentary Affairs, Assam, Shri Nilmani Sen Deka Ji, Honorable Minister of State for Sports and Excise, Shri Ajit Singh Ji, Parliamentary Secretary, Shri Monilal Gola Ji, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, esteemed guests, invitees, media friends, ladies and gentlemen, I express my gratitude to Honorable Minister who has spared his time, his valuable time from his pressing engagements for inaugurating this council meeting and 74th annual session of IRC at Guwahati, coming all the way from Delhi, and just for this inaugural function he has come, and he is going back today evening, and I am expressing my gratitude on behalf of IRC fraternity to him. I also express my gratitude to Government of Assam for extending this extraordinary support to IRC in organizing this event, which is a grand success. I am expressing my gratitude to the friends from media who have covered this session and also helped in spreading the messages for the last 15 days as a curtain raiser and creating awareness among a number of participants to attend this session. Without the support of the IRC fraternity, it is not feasible and possible to come up to the level which IRC is achieving, and I express my Gratitude to each and every member of IRC Technical Committee, Apex Committee for contributing and bringing out the new guidelines, new code of practices. With these words, I again express my gratitude to Honorable Minister for coming all the way from Delhi for inaugurating this session. Thanks.
May I request all to kindly rise for the national anthem?
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now have a press conference after our minister leaves. So we request those related to the press conference to kindly stay back in the hall. Members of the press and also the dignitaries who need to be present here during the press conference, we request you to kindly remain here. We will now break for tea, but we request you to come and we request you to reassemble in this hall as we have a very beautiful cultural evening ahead of you. So, as you see, the day is not over for you. You might have started by 9 o'clock, but you still have a long way to go. So please have your tea, refresh yourself, and reassemble in this hall for a very, very starry, a glittery, and beautiful cultural evening. Thank you. Another announcement, all delegates can pick their souvenirs from the registration desk. All delegates present here can pick up their souvenirs from the registration desk. Sorry, from the reception counter. The reception counter, you can collect your souvenirs from the reception counter tomorrow.